Hello beautiful people, it's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video and it's titled Meghan Markle's final fight to maintain cultural relevance and Princess Catherine's quiet fortitude. Interesting. We're going to be checking this video to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
Now, the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, is expected to remain out of the public eye. She continues her cancer treatment. She's made a few brief appearances lately, the last one being Wimbledon, but it seems as though she's going to slow down again. Maureen Callahan joins us now. Maureen, how is the US seeing her bravery to step out amid her cancer battle?
Kate Middleton is really regarded in America uniformly as just the epitome of grace and resilience and class under extreme pressure. I can tell you the press coverage here is just glowing. She is seen as brave, and her fortitude, it's a kind of quiet fortitude. She's not out there whinging, moaning, belittling, or bemoaning rather this terrible illness that she's now fighting. So Americans are firmly on Team Kate.
And in comparison to what's happening with Meghan Markle, is her popularity waning further, or does she still have quite a strong level of support in her corner? Because even though there's been a lot of backlash, there seems to be this core of people that just, no matter what she does, they can't look at it in any sort of objective manner.
Yeah, and those people will probably always exist, but it's not just her popularity that continues to decline. It's also her cultural relevance. There's a photo out this morning here in the US of Meghan with a friend, and she's wearing like a $1,700 Cartier necklace. Like, she just cannot ever read the room. We're going into a very fraught, fractious election season. The American economy is top of concerns for the American voter. A lot of people are feeling pinched, whether it's filling up their gas tank or going to the grocery store.
Yes.
And this kind of garish display of wealth is not going over well.
No, I can't imagine it will. Now, reading here that there are concerns about a documentary regarding Meghan Markle that may be coming out. Now, it's a German documentary, apparently revealing secrets from Meghan Markle's past, but it's sort of put on hold to make sure that everything is in order. This is the rumours out there at the moment.
It would be extraordinary if this is true. I mean, I can understand if that is the case, because Meghan and Harry are extremely litigious. And other people from her past have sort of conveniently gone quiet, disappeared from the scene. So it would be wonderfully delicious if that were true. I guess we can only wait and see.
That'll probably have definitely more views or more reads of it than her apparent memoir. Is this true? Meghan is potentially penning a memoir?
I've not heard reports of that. It's been rumored for a very long time. I mean, Harry signed a multi-book deal for many millions of dollars. And, there aren't many things left that Meghan can pull out of her hat in terms of garnering some relevance back. The Netflix deal is all but dead. I mean, she's doing a cooking show. I can't imagine anybody's going to watch it. I read yesterday that part of the agenda of that show now includes friendship. I can't imagine what Meghan Markle might have to the rest of us about friendship, but there you go. So the only other sort of arrow in her quiver would be to write a scandalous memoir.
Thank God I'm not the only that I'm not the only person that is asking this question. Exactly what does Meghan want to teach us about friendship? Thank goodness I am not the only one, because really. But of course, who would not love Princess Catherine? Who wouldn't? She embodied, even with what she's going through, she's still try to make time when she can. That sense of relatability, and the fact, and you see her own case, she's not mourning or crying all the time, or doesn't have or put her business out on social media or on the media. but it is always different for the other set, the other group of people. The other one is coming with memoir. So, I hope it is not true though. But let's see how it goes. What do you think? Do you think any of it is true? Let me know what your thoughts are. But let's go on.
Scandalous memoir. It makes sense.
Well, I mean, the day that Meghan Markle sort of tries to help me out with friendship is the day that I realise I'm in trouble if I'm trying to take tips off her on that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. She's not even friends with her own family. What about Queen Camilla? Now, she was reportedly always sceptical of Meghan Markle's motives, and despite initially offering her support in the early stages, Camilla, where's she on this in all of her efforts? Because Camilla made a lot of effort, I think, trying to befriend Meghan at the start.
Yes. And, who better than Camilla really to help guide Meghan Markle? I mean, she had probably the roughest entry into the royal fold of any woman in modern times. What they were able to do with her and change the narrative and shift the public feeling towards her is nothing short of magical. And Meghan, this all sort of fits with all those reports that Meghan thought she knew best. She could do it better than anybody. She was going to come in and revolutionize and modernize this institution and just be this breath of fresh air whose star power was going to make all the other royals, Kate Middleton most notably, shrink in her presence. And of course, it all blew up spectacularly. That's a story that is also gaining a lot of traction here in America as well. The Camilla v. Meghan feeling that was there from the beginning, practically.
Because Camilla was seen as literally the devil because, of course, she was there. Diane had obviously died in such awful circumstances. Diane was our princess. She was our golden child, golden woman, amazing person. And Camilla had it rough, I can tell you that myself. I mean, at the time, I hated Camilla. I thought, what an awful woman, how dare she? But I've come around, King Charles is in love. He's always loved this woman. She has shown that she's an exemplary human being. So, perhaps if Meghan were to potentially listen to her PR, do you think there's any chance that Meghan could turn it round?
I don't think so. We've not seen any indication in the far too many years we have known this woman that she has any scintilla of humility, of an ability to think that she might be wrong. I mean, just to go back to Camilla for a moment, I can't imagine that Harry puts in the viperish, terrible things he said about Camilla in his memoir, including the gratuitous nugget that he and William begged his father not to marry her. That was really out of bounds without Meghan's go ahead or assent or encouragement. So again, this is somebody who sort of just seems to relish in dividing
family
and fracturing relationships rather than sort of mending them.
It does seem that way, although I always like to make sure that Harry was responsible for his own behaviour and what he wrote in that book, whether he was egged on or not, he should take the full flak for his own nonsense. Now, apparently, Prince Harry, though, received about $7 million from a trust fund that was established by his great-grandmother, the late Queen's mother, once he turns 40, and that's, of course, in September on the 15th.
Yes, and one imagines that money can't come soon enough. I mean, the burn and churn of the lifestyle that Harry and Meghan are living in Montecito without really any sort of reliable, steady income. They've made these sort of splashy paydays that sound, incredibly bountiful. But when you break apart how those deals typically get structured, I mean, Netflix did not give them $70 million upfront. You get paid as you deliver product, and then you have members of your team from agents and lawyers all taking their cut. Then you have taxes. So they are living an exorbitant lifestyle, mimicking their billionaire neighbors, such as Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, but they don't have the income to keep it up.
Because Oprah, she's got about two point something billion. Tyler Perry, $500 million. These lot, was it 46 million pounds, about $60 million. I mean, they're paupers next to these guys. It's
They're paupers, and they bought this ridiculous mansion that is far too big and that requires, think of the upkeep alone, Nana. Just the
Exactly.
upkeep, not the property taxes, not the bills to heat it or cool it or keep the pool. You know, it's like it's wild the way they live. They live as though they are American royals. They are so delusional. Yes, their estimation in America, they continue to ding it themselves. It's all self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, I can't. They're not going to be able to sustain that lifestyle. I don't see how they can. And they've slagged off their family. There's literally nowhere else to go. But Maureen, I want to talk about you because you've got a new book, The Explosive Exploration of the Kennedy Legacy of Physical and Psychological Abuse. That's what you investigate in the book. Talk to me. What's the book called? And give me more. What's it about?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. The book is called Ask Not: The Kennedys and the Women They Destroyed. It is written like a novel, so the reader is in the heads and the hearts of these women as they go through these extraordinary life events. And it's really turning the Kennedy myth on its head and showing the true emotional, physical, human carnage that these men have left in their wake.
Wow. Sounds like every one of my exes. Right. Brilliant. So remind us of the title and where can people get this book?
It's called Ask Not. You can get it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble here in America. I'm sure Waterstone's there, anywhere your books are sold.
Lovely. Maureen Callaghan, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. That is Maureen Callaghan with her thoughts on everything royal. Well, always a pleasure as ever. If you want to get more updates on the royal family, head to gbnews.com/America. I'm Nana Acquia.
But let's even be serious. Yeah, because when you look at it, Harry's memoirs spare. What the details written there, sometimes I be like, really? Yeah, we understand sometimes there are some conversations or thoughts that you may have. But the fact that he wrote everything in details, and obviously, yeah, yeah, lots of people had their thoughts with Queen Camilla and stuff. So I mean, the sense of relatability between her and Meghan would be there. Well, don't you think? But of course, Queen Camilla so far have proved herself, and she at this point, people will not relate her to Meghan Markle anymore, because obviously from the beginning people were like, okay, something like that. People were asking some questions, but at the same time, for Meghan's case, it is different. And because Meghan, how did you come into somebody's life, disrupting relationships and all of that? In some way, they cannot be compared with, she cannot be compared with Queen Camilla. If I'm to say that, I'm sorry. I apologize for comparing both. In some way, I'm not going to compare, because really, she wants, just like what was said, true. She wants to revolutionize their family. These people have been there. You cannot come and change it to make it look like what you know. We understand people want to add their ideas and all of that, but I mean, changing family legacy for you, what you chop, who you be. But of course, you see, the kind of lifestyle they live in Montecito, America. Well, that's why they are fighting so hard to do everything so that they still shine and get the spotlight. So what do you think? Because obviously, as they are like that, as they are, they don't want to stay in one place and be known for something. The truth of the matter is, people don't really care much about Meghan Markle, if we're being honest. The only the reason is because she is married to the royal family. And I don't think anybody, seeing what she's done so far ever since she came into the family, tearing the family apart, relationship, burning bridges, relationship, herself, her husbands, and all of that. I don't think anybody would be looking at that and say, oh, that is a perfect example. If you're looking at that and say, oh, admire this type of person, this is your role model, I have no words for you. You already know your part. But let me know what you think. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.